You are listening to the It's Your Time podcast, and I'm your host, Certified Life Coach Michelle Arnold Burke. In today's episode, I'm discussing one of the top skills you need in medical device sales. Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast, the podcast where busy professionals like you get the practical solutions and support you need to gain control of your schedule so you can strive to be the best in your career, but without the stress and overwhelm. If you're looking to increase your energy and decrease your stress, you are in the right place. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. Hopefully you enjoyed the holiday weekend. And now here we are, December 1st. Can you even believe one more month of 2022 remaining? I have to tell you, I had an amazing weekend. It was super quiet. Mark and I and the pup and I spent a lot of time just feeling really grateful for so many things. You know, things like time on the patio with the pup, family, health, the mindset work, getting coached myself. I actually had a coaching call while we had a couple days off, and especially I was thinking about you, and I am very grateful that you are here. I also took the time to reflect a bit on some of the goals for next year, which of course came from my coaching session, right? You know, that's the benefit of getting some transformational coaching. Things change. And that's really what I hope for you too when you're considering getting coaching. Like, change is so good. And I will get into this a bit later in the episode to make sure you are all up to date. But I want to jump into today's topic, which is one of the top skills I think you need to have in order to be a device rep. And I was recently commenting on a post. Someone was asking in LinkedIn what everyone thought some of the top qualities or skills that were needed for device sales. And I have to say, I think being able to change and being able to keep up with change is so important. It is imperative. Think about it. Case times change last minute. Patient appointments are delayed and you need to reprioritize the day, usually on the fly. Back orders on inventory often have us driving to a colleague's house or a random parking lot to make sure we have the equipment. Quotas might change, staff changes, which can really screw up scheduling, right, depending on the office. And you have to be able to deal with all of it and change yourself as you move through your career. We are meant to grow and evolve. It is our human nature. Being open to new ideas and embracing change is really where we can get curious and you're able to see new possibilities. And I say this is a top skill in medical device sales, but honestly, it is really important in life. And in the device world, I see so many reps getting stressed out and ultimately leaving the job thinking it is the job that caused them the stress and the anxiety. It's funny, just the other day I was talking to a colleague in a different state, and when I told him that I've been doing this for almost 17 years, he was like, "What? I think I have maybe 5 or 6 years in me, and then I will be done because I will be burnt out by then." But I want to offer you a different idea. I want to offer you the power, especially to the women who are listening, to know that the job doesn't have to be so stressful. I see so many amazing women leaving and oftentimes attributing it to the stress. But I'm telling you, if you have the mindset tools which allow you, like I just said, to step into your power, then you can make changes. Or at least if you're leaving, you know that it's because it's a choice that you are making and that you are not leaving feeling like a victim to the job. Because when we think it's the job that causes the stress, we are screwed because the job doesn't really change so much. And I know I have been there. If this is you now, I get it. It feels terrible. Full transparency, about 5 or 6 years ago, I thought the only answer was to quit, that there had to be something more to life, than running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to take care of the cases, the schedule, the accounts, the patients, the territory, and having no time to myself. And if I did have time to myself, it was probably more towards the end of the night where I was feeling so stressed out that I just thought I needed a glass of wine to relax. And then that is another story unto itself, right? We do not need wine to relax either. Can you relate? I'm telling you, that time frame was when I went back to school for coach certification and I thought I was going to leave. And you know what happened? I learned the tools of coaching, and since then, I have made on average over 20% more income year after year after year after year. I've taken on more mentoring, training, and leadership roles. I started my coaching practice where I love helping female device and pharma reps be able to excel in your career without the stress and overwhelm. It's so much fun to hear when you have your highest sales numbers and you're able to do more of what you want. It's totally my jam. I started this podcast, and guess what? I have never felt more at peace, and I still have the same job. So don't allow your brain to tell you it's the job. When you are willing to change, and right now, I'm not talking about the day-to-day changes in the job. I'm talking about you having transformational change within yourself, then everything changes. It's so much freaking fun. Remember, think about this. Stress is a feeling. And when we put it through the think, feel, do cycle, we need to look at what your thoughts are about the job and then challenge them. I know they most likely feel as if they are truths, but I will tell you, I am quite confident they are not. They are most likely beliefs that you have, and most likely are limiting beliefs as to what is possible for you in your life. And they're all choices. All of those thoughts, all of those beliefs are choices. And we need to be able to show you the possibility of what could be in order for you to start finding the evidence of that. And you get to change the thoughts whenever you are ready. First, we observe the thinking, and then we want to resolve the thinking, right? So what I mean is that we want to challenge the sentences. We want to question the sentences. What do they even really mean? Because so often, and I have been called out for this at my most recent coaching call, we just say things as if I'm noticing, and then we just keep on going on with our life. You have to take that moment to pause and to really question what you're telling yourself. And when you can change your life, your brain, you know what gets easier to deal with? Changes around you from external sources. The boss, the coworkers, the scheduling changes. That's the transformation that I want for you. That's when you start making more money. When you decide if you want to start saying no to some things, maybe you start being willing to set boundaries. Maybe you start having more fun. Maybe you start asking better questions, perhaps bolder, more strategic questions. And that will allow you to find better solutions, not only for yourself, but for your clients, for your accounts, for your patients. And you know what? You're able to find your passion for the job again. Usually, that's when people come to me. They are at a point when they feel like they have lost their passion for a job that you really do want to help patients in. That is what this is all about. Change in a way that works for you, not in a way that stresses you out and leaves you feeling stuck. There is a big, big difference. Okay, so I said I would get to my change, and I want to let you know that moving forward on this podcast, I am going to be more intentional with sharing specific information to help women in device and pharma sales. Because between the two careers, I now have done this for over 2 decades. Yikes! I have been a trainer in both pharma and device careers, and I have done sales, obviously, the clinical parts, all of it. I've seen it change so much. And although things have gotten better, in my opinion, from when I first started, because back then it was really a boys' club. And so it has changed, but it is still quite male dominated. I want to help the ladies be able to sell and do it in a way that works for you. And listen, a lot of what I share here is still applicable to life because how we do one thing is how we often do all things. But I just want to make sure that you know my goal moving forward, starting now and into 2023, is to really be more intentional and specific to have topics for device and pharma sales. And really making sure you know that you don't have to do it like the guys do. It is possible. So, I have a little homework for you. I want to encourage you to do a little audit for yourself this week, really taking a look at change. What are some things that you want to stop doing as you head into 2023? Maybe what are some things that you want to start doing? And what are some of the things that you want to keep doing? Do you like your reasons why? Get curious. We'll be setting some new goals soon, and this is the perfect time to check in on what you want to do. And if you want to get a head start on setting goals for 2023, go to michelleburkecoaching.com/mytime and download the planner. That will help you start creating the life that you imagine. It really gets into having you look at where have you come from, where do you want to go, and what are some of the priorities that you want to be setting as you move towards your new results. And listen, you can do that in under an hour. And you have to take the time to plan your life. It's so important. I understand that your days are busy, that you are running around and things can get nutty. But if you don't take time to plan for your life, who else will? Okay, friends, by the way, who else better to plan for your life than you, right? Let's have some fun. That's what I have for you today. We'll circle back next week, but for now, make it a great day. Take care. Did you know you can take this work to a deeper level with me one-on-one? Go to michelleburkecoaching.com and click on Get Started to begin.